Brad Ellis and Wes Walker of Wyvern Gaming. They are creating the upcoming Stargate SG-1 role-playing game. So their Kickstarter is going to be October 6th through the 29th. So for that window of time, we're going to be having some role-playing game content. So this next Sunday, not tomorrow, but the following Sunday, which is the 11th. Is it the 11th?
A week from tomorrow?
Yes,
2 weeks from
the
tomorrow.
11th. Yeah. We're going to have an interview with them. And I'm going to take them. I've played a role-playing game, a tabletop role-playing game with them online for the Comic-Con. There will be a link to that in the episode below, along with the GateCon 20th anniversary interview with the piece that we had with Garwin and Symone. Those links will be below. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, so please bear with me. But for the 11th, I'm interviewing Brad and Wes about what their intent is with this project and where they're going to be going with it and what fans can expect from it. And then the following weekend on the 18th at 2 p.m. Pacific time, right here on Dial the Gate, we're going to have a playtest of an actual simulated Stargate mission with the role-playing game.
Yeah, so we can watch the game being played in real time.
It's like a team going off-world and encountering a planet for the first time. And to do that...
Is it regular nerds? You going to get regular nerds on to play this for us?
I've got Alexis Cruz.
Alexis Cruz, Scara himself.
Alexis is a world-class nerd. So he's going to be joining us. He's also agreed to do interviews for Dial the Gate. So he will be joining us for the role-playing game. In addition to that, and Alexis, I can't speak highly enough of this man. He's become a friend. And you have anything you want to say about Alexis before we move on?
Alexis is a prince. I just had a chance to meet him finally at GateCon in 2018.
Really? Okay.
I hadn't met him before, but and he's recently become a father, I heard.
His baby is so adorable.
Yeah.
So he will be joining us for the game and for future
Great.
reviews. Also joining us for the game, Symone Bailey, the Jaffa Kal-El.
Yeah.
Kal-El, not Kal-El. She's not a Kryptonian.
She's not a Kryptonian.
No.
She's Kal-El.
Kal-El, yes. Simone and I have recently gotten close. Not like close, but we've become friends. She has her own YouTube channel that she's...
And she's very engaged with the Stargate community.
Yes, exactly. So she's like, I've never done this before. I'm like, that's the point. We want people who have never done a role-playing game before to join us. So she's going to be joining us, and we're going to have her back for interviews later on in the year. So she's one of my favorites.
Good.
In addition to that, also joining us for the role-playing game, Mr. Rainbow Sun Franks.
Hey.
Din Ford.
Lieutenant Ford.
Yes. He major nerd. We're gonna have some fun with this. So and Rainbow has also agreed to do Dial the Gate. God's sakes, Lord, please help me.
You named this show
episode. I know, man.
You could have called it something else.
I could have.
You could have called it This
Full
Old
Service
Chevron.
Gas Station for all that's worth. All right, yeah. So so he's going to be joining us for the role playing game on the 18th, and he's going to be joining us for for interviews as well. So next on the list,
cool, very cool.
Julie McNiven. Gin from Stargate Universe. Yes.
We've interviewed all of these folks on Gate World at some point, but not Julie. That's great.
So we're going to be interviewing her, and she's going to be joining us for the game.
So we're going to see most of these folks, we're going to see them in the game first.
You're going to see them in the game first.
Down the road, they'll be back for an interview.
Yep, exactly. And I just peeked into the live chat. Someone already called it. David Blue. He's joining us for the live game on the 18th. Mr. Eli Wallace himself.
Excellent. So cool. Nicole Penland in the chat, you called this. David Blue would probably be all about RPG as well.
Yes. So
here he is.
I can tell you he is. And I was like, we need another girl. And I was like, David? And he's like, let me call Julie. So he put me in touch. So yes, there's going to be a reunion between David Blue and Julie McNiven. And in addition to that, our 6th role-playing game guest.
Yeah.
Oh, before I do that,
There's more.
there's one more.
You already have somebody from all three
I
shows.
need to say this. David has not agreed to. It's not saying he has not agreed. He has yet.
He's not officially booked yet.
Booked for interviews for Dial the Gate. So I'm hopeful to convince him. He's doing the game right now, so I'm over the moon about that. So
cool. Hopefully
he'll be interested in me interviewing him, because the two of us, when we sit down and we talk, it's like a house on fire. I mean, it's just two nerds. We're going way too fast. So,
well, when SGU premiered and we met Eli Wallace for the first time, I was like, that's kind of like a canon version of David.
I felt like that in so many respects. I'm not saying that they made a character for me, but they wouldn't have had to try harder. So, because I watch Eli and it's like, yeah, I say that. Yeah, I would say that in that situation.
And now you even have the camera ball.
Yes, exactly.
You have your own Kino now.
Where is it? Oh, there it is.
It's back there.
Anyway,
you'll pull it out for David on the show.
Yeah. So I'm so thrilled that Brad and Wes are taking the time to interview, and we're going to have with us for the week after that these amazing cast members: Alexis Cruz, Symone Bailey, Rainbow Sunfranks, Julie McNiven, David Blue, and Mr. David Hewlett. Rodney McKay himself will be joining us for a playtest. So he was absolutely phenomenal in the Comic-Con one. He played an Unas. And I was like, you're not going to create a scientist? He's like, no, I want to create an Unas.
He's done that already.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. So he's done. I don't know if he's going to continue the Unas character. I don't know. I'd like Symone to play a Jaffa. She's probably not going to want to play a Jaffa. You can.
Maybe.
I wanted to get Garwin so that Garwin could play a Tolan, because in the game you can play a Tolan. So
Symone would make a great Aturan.
Yeah.
The new Nox-like species.
Yeah, Aturan. Yeah, the Nox shoot off species. They're not they're not technically Nox. They're a human variant who kind of hold up the Nox and revere them.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that we're going to discuss next Sunday with Brad and Wes in terms of the game style. But yeah, Hewlett's going to be joining us, and it's going to be fantastic. Watching him play as the Unas was so funny. He got into this like because when you advance through the gameplay, you have to like describe what you're doing, and he just got into this habit of like rolling into every situation. Okay, before I attack this enemy, I'm going to roll into the enemy and attack them. And it's like that became like his power attack. It was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that is.
So he's got experience. Everybody else, watch out.
So Sunday the 18th,
Hewlett's got
at 2
experience.
p.m. Pacific time, this group of cast members is going to be joining us for a live off-world mission roleplay.
That's going to be epic.
Playtest thing. Yes. So. The rest are interviews that have been confirmed for the rest of the year. Schedules may change, but here we go.
But we're going to have the full schedule. Go to dialthegate.com.
Yes, the schedule of what there is a schedule, dialthegate.com. Thank you for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving us a thumbs up with that like button. It will encourage the algorithm to show this to other Stargate fans. Also, please consider sending this to a fellow Stargate friend. I also want to invite you to subscribe to future episodes right here on YouTube. We are a live show, so changes are likely to happen all the time. And if you plan on joining us live, you'll want to be the first to know. Be sure to visit dialthegate.com for the complete guest schedule so you'll know when to join us and ask your very own questions to our guests. See you on the other side.